Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we are back with what will be the final day of this project, the Granny Bag. I am joined this evening by my lovely wife, Mandy, and yeah, I'm really excited to finally be nearing the completion stage of this bag. Can hardly wait. I need to give a shout out. It looks like it's Knights BZ has become a member, and yeah, welcome. That's awesome. Hey, Honeycut. Yeah, I'm really excited about tonight's stream. I've got a couple ideas of how we can kind of show when Mandy ties the bottom pieces together so you guys can see it. So hopefully that all works out. That's trusting the tech to behave. We'll see how it goes. There is a smiley face, a winking smiley face on my thumb. I do this from time to time. That's a pretty sharp eye to have picked up on that already. This red string should have been cut out of here sooner. Let me just before I make a mistake and do something weird. Another leftover string. What the heck did I do here? This is so bizarre. I didn't take out the strings from this square when I finished it. I love the song that's playing, by the way. I don't know if you guys ever look at the thing to see what I'm listening to. But I know, right? It's like the thing knows that I like the song, I guess. I don't know. I sang this song to my wife one morning, and then oddly enough, it was on the radio on my car ride to the city. Like, just weird coincidence. So ever since then, now I feel like there's some kind of following me with this song. You have ADD? Oh yeah, so that makes sense. I think my ADHD has finally upgraded to 4K now. It's no longer just HD, it's the full.
I believe the song was released in 2006.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's almost like 20 years ago. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, ADHD and ADD and all those things definitely help with art.
It's so funny how back then it was like the song of my year. And then 20 years later, it hits your radar.
I'm pretty sure it hit my radar back then as well, but then it just became a thing to sing to you because it just feels like when some days it's like you just don't want the rest of the world. You just, just want to just melt with you and just let everything else just fade away.
Sure, it's just we don't want to wake up.
Well, there's a little bit of that in there too. Ah, shoot. String's trying to get tangled over here.
Don't get your strings in a bunch.
I am not letting that happen. That was really weird. There's some strange sound effects like just went through my headphones. I don't think it was from the music. I have no idea where that came from. Really weird. Oh, I know what it is. It's a combination of noises from upstairs and Mandy's microphone picking up the noises from upstairs. So together, it's creating a weird spatial effect.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, it also shows that there's very little lag time between your microphone and when it goes through my headset. So that's cool.
Also, very little lag between real time and YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. After I stopped trying to stream in 4K, I discovered that if you do it at 1080p, it actually has very, very little lag time. The only problem is, and this is true, if you get an advertisement, you basically pause the live stream, have the ad on for whatever time that frame that is, and then when the stream comes back, you're no longer matched up with the actual time for it. So the fact you actually have to like skip forward or put it on like 1.25 speed or something in order to catch up. Otherwise, you'll be lagging behind everything.
Just hit the live button.
Where's? I don't see that on the iPad. That might be strictly on a computer thing. But yeah, it definitely causes a person to fall behind, and it doesn't. The person falling behind will never even see or notice it that they're behind from the actual live part of it. It'll be just to their perspective. It'll just look normal.
The live button is available on mobile Android. I don't know about Apple.
Yeah, I don't see it on there. I've got the iPad open, and I don't see
You
a
have to
button.
tap the screen to bring it up.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's like not even a physical way for me to like, unless I like said at the tone the time will be and like match it up to the clock exactly. There'd be no way for a person to realize looking at the stream if they're behind from the actual real time. There's no, like, Google doesn't go out of their way to do anything, you know, to let people know that they're behind, which is a little bit weird. Bitch and Betty, check you out. Hello. Yeah, it's going to be done tonight. I only have one square after this, and then we start stitching up the bottom. I'm really excited about that aspect. Be finally done with this one.
Well, nothing up the bottom. Not taking a needle to it.
No. So next week starts a new project. And oddly enough, I know exactly what it is because this week I got it started, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. It's again for my wife. She just got a new phone because this bag was going to be too small for her old phone, so she's now has this really cool little flippy phone. And yeah, I'm going to make a little phone case for it because it's weird. When you fold the phone, you would think that the screen would be protected, but no, there's another screen on the outside. And so that she can have things in her handbag, I want to make it so that way, like, other things can knock in there without scratching up that outer screen. So yeah, really kind of excited about that project because it's going to be really small and go a lot faster, and the pattern to it is something that I came up with myself. That's well, some people might say they recognize it from somewhere, and I'm saying that's no. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, good for you, Betty. That's awesome. I might be retired as well. I was tired earlier, and I'm tired once again. So yes, that's just, is that how that works? Let's see. Got Mandy's eyes rolling over there. Oh, cool. Good for you. You're done with all of the training and stuff, I take it. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, so I came into this project here tonight knowing that it would be done because there was simply 2 diamonds to do. And I was really kind of tempted in working on this during the week just to kind of further it along a bit. But I'm like, no, I need, to have something to work on during the stream. And you guys probably want to see how this whole thing finishes out anyways. So I held off. But yeah, we're really, really close now. At some point, I think I'd like to do the math and figure out exactly how much string went into this thing. I'm also kind of nervous about doing that because I kind of think I'm going to end up with a number that's so high that I will be really... it's going to be a lot. I just know it. It's going to be a lot. So we started right at 10 tonight. It's 10:18 according to my clock here. So 18 minutes to almost finish this square. Probably be done within 20. That means we're really, really close, guys. The other square I have to do doesn't have the whole outer row to it, so it's technically a little bit smaller than the one I'm doing. Just trying to figure out like how long to expect for this to happen. That's good. I thought you needed me.
You don't fit in the bag.
I would hope not. That'd be a really big bag. And I'm kind of heavy.
Not dragging you around.
No. So 5 for that right. I think this bag's actually going to be able to hold a little bit more, like some tissues and a few other things, considering how long it is. It's kind of not long enough for your old phone, but still. The number of strings going around this is each one of these diamonds is 24, so it'd be 24 times 8. That's easy. How many strings actually went into making it? It would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 times 6 times a bunch of. I'd have to find out how much string was actually in the inside of this, and that I don't know. Hey, Tammy's, how you doing? How much actual string went into the whole project? That's my big question, because it's each time I used, like, just for the color parts, the outer and the inner one was cutting a skein into quarters, and then the other two colors was in thirds. So I used 2/3 of a skein for one and 2/3 for the other. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy math involved here trying to figure out like how many skeins of floss got used in this thing. But I'll work it out at some point. Maybe next week I can have a number for you guys. Well, it's 6 times 8 for the number of squares, and it's 1, 2, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, and 2/3 is 1 1/3. So there's 2 1/3, 2 1/3 skein times 8 times 6, and that's how much string went into just for the color part. And then the gray ones is like a slightly different math that I'm not sure how many there were.
$128.
So 128 skeins just to do the color parts. The gray in it is 1, 2, 3. At least a couple skeins per loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 would be a skein and a third. A skein and a third times 8. The 8 loops. And then I replaced it with 1/3 lengths. I replaced all of the outer strings, so that it was 16 of those. So 16 times a third added onto that. Yeah, so it's a lot of string. It's crazy amounts of string. Yeah, it really is. Like this. So typically a granny square bag is done in crocheting, and it's to use up leftover yarn from other projects. This is the direct opposite. In order to make all the different squares different, I was just grabbing up new colors the whole time. And yeah, it's produced a lot of waste, but it's really cool looking. Like there was no other way of really pulling this off. Mind you, it's still not like a project that's like the most string I ever used. I think the most was the project I call it the big project. It's a wall hanging. That one used 877 skeins of floss. It's 866 strings wide, and it's hanging on my wall. It's the what I did during pandemic stuff. Yeah, this is supposed to look kind of random-ish. I don't know if I didn't. I wouldn't say that I used specific colors. I just tried to make colors that would go well together. Yeah, I almost cut some of the other inner strings. Instead of cutting it into thirds, I was going to cut it into quarters, but then I would have to like start a whole nother box of floss that was cut into a different length, which would have made it harder for me to use it, whatever was left over on other projects. Because typically speaking, I cut everything into thirds because no matter what kind of pattern I come up with, having it in thirds pretty much means that I know that the string will be long enough for the bracelet itself. It's only on bags where I have to replace strings and stuff that I would use different odd lengths or whatever. But the third length is pretty much as long as I can comfortably pull through without tearing up my shoulders or things. Plus, it's the longest you can cut the strings and like have it make sense. Hello, Sophie. I wasn't real sure at points throughout this bag, like if I was getting the colors to change up enough to really make it seem interesting or whatever. But now that we're getting to the end of it, I definitely think we did something pretty cool here. You know, you got some that are dark on the outsides, a bunch are lighter on the outside. It's just yeah. You got occasional ones like these two look kind of similar, with both being kind of blues and stuff. This one's got kind of a green in it, but for the most part, they're all pretty well scattered about with the colors. At one point, I had considered trying to take a piece of paper, make it into a cylinder, and then like try to map out where the colors and stuff would go. And I realized that was just going to be too much of a headache to try to follow that, you know, kind of a guide or whatever. It would have been really difficult. So yeah, I kind of skipped on that and just decided the best bet would be to random it. Sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how yarn would work with the knots. Like the regular yarn that you get at like the department stores or whatever tend to be like as you tie the knots, they kind of get thin. But if you make it strong, you know, kind of, yeah, I could totally put something together, credit you with it, and try to get you, you know, your Etsy or whatever you have, get it out there to the people. Yeah, that would be a really fun way of doing a collab work. I created some of my own string before. I have a little motor that spins like 4 little hooks, and you put this thread onto the hooks and get the motor spinning, and then all the strings spin together, and then you bring them all together and kind of release it, and they all just kind of wrap up into a string. I did that before. Turned out pretty cool. Like there's, what kind of string was it? What thread was I using? S-line?
Rayon.
Rayon. I was using rayon, which is kind of organic. It's made from like bits from the tree. And yeah, I even had some that glows in the dark. And I wore it for a number of years just to try to test out to see like how strong it was. And turned out it was really super strong. It's just really, really tiresome to make the string. There's a lot of process of going back and forth with the string in the little motor and getting everything all set up. It was a lot of work. So yeah. So when you spin your yarn, yeah, what's it going to be made from? Because that can be interesting. I saw a company out there that will take dog hair. If you collect your dog's hair or your cat's hair, they will make a yarn out of it, so you can actually have like a sweater made out of the fur from your pet in a real, you know, like you didn't have to like skin it or whatever to do it. I'm sure if you had a husky in the summertime, you can imagine you could probably get a lot of yarn off of one. Wow. Yeah, we could. So, Betty, just a random thought off the top of my head. We try a bracelet or something with your yarn, see some like a small project, kind of see how it works. If it works really, really well, and you can produce a string for it, we can do a bigger project like a bag or something. And once I'm done with it, because I'll have gotten the content of like producing it, right, making the videos, I can send it back to you, and we could do it as like a project where you run your own little contest, have a giveaway, like through Instagram or whatever, and yeah, really get your name out there. I did that once before for a friend who had string. Produced a bag. We did a giveaway through Instagram, and that turned out pretty cool. Oh, we also did one. Okay, so like the second or third bag I ever produced was a giveaway, and then later on, I did a collab. I always wanted to do something with strings that was dyed, and so I talked. I can't remember who it was. I talked somebody that dyes string into doing a project for me. So it was red, orange, orange, yellow, and it just went through like through the whole rainbow like that with like these half ones, where it ended up making the bag look tie-dyed. It was so cool. That just occurred to you.
Sheep.
Sheep. We like to watch Escape to the Country, show in England where people are moving out to live out in the sticks, and every time we're watching it, we are on the lookout and trying to be the one to announce when we spot the sheep, because we're kind of fun like that. On the plus side, this is not a very small bag, so turning it inside out shouldn't be terribly difficult. but it's still going to be a thing. Yeah, and it'd also be really fun to like run up on and start petting them. Oh, wow. Well, I like to think in the, not just like in a big picture, but I like to think of like how helping other people can, you know, because by you giving me materials, I build content, which is, you know, good for my channel. And then if I can turn around and turn that into a win for you, you know. One more row. Okay. Sip of my soda. All right, there we go. Now, see if I can flip this thing and set up. Wow. So this is what the inside looks like. You can see all of the strings that got cut and stuff. I think we're going to have to change this just a bit. Hang on. Because I need to clip this thing down where Mandy can get to knotting it up really well. All right. Now I switch to here. And switch to my other camera. Hello. Invite Mandy to come over here and help me put this thing together. Hello.
Okay, which side is that?
So these are the two longer ones I showed you that go to this side. So then that means this blue one will go to this, and this one will go to that.
Okay, we stop there.
Okay, move my microphone over so that way you can still hear me. You do the outer one first and then come inwards. I was just imagining if it was cinched together, it might make the other parts easier. Yeah. I was prepared to try to use my phone as a camera, but it doesn't want to work. I don't know. I could, well, guys, bear with me a second here. The stream is gonna go silent for a second while I try to get these things connected. Hang on, I'll be right back. I got it. So basically, we brought it down into like diamonds, and Mandy's actually taking and cinching two of the diamonds together, which is going to kind of produce the sort of roundish sides to the bag. And then there's two that came down further, and those are going to attach with the other side and give it kind of a flat bottom. And let me go over to this camera for a second. I got a stand that I can put in here so my arm doesn't go numb. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. It's all splitting and this rubbery stuff is rotten. Yeah, so for me, because I'm really used to tying the knots that I do, I have calluses in certain areas that makes it so that way I can continue tying knots for like 6 to 8 hours in a day. But when it comes to trying to do little square knots like these, I don't have the calluses for it, and tend to get my fingers hurting, and like, you know, Mandy just happens to be the right height to be able to do this without having like a big strain on her back or whatever like it would give me. So it works out. For almost 11 o'clock at night, there's an awful lot of noise coming from the flat upstairs. Who rearranges furniture at 11 o'clock at night? Do you want to stay with the same side thing? Or do you want to do the other side of this one? On me. So I have a fish tank over here with all the scrap strings from projects. I don't know how much it can hold, but it keeps taking more and more. They're trying to get rid of a body. Our neighbor is the noise from upstairs. Yeah, maybe that could be it.
Oh man, it wasn't that long ago when I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series.
Right. I'm trying my best to kind of give you guys an angle at it. It's kind of hard with the hands and stuff moving in and out of frame, but I mean, that's kind of, this is it. And so those are bandy hands you get to see.
They are smaller and less hairy.
Yes. That's how Wendy was able to tell that it was my thumb that had the smiley face. I sent a picture to my friend that had my thumbnail in it, and At first, they were like, they thought it was Mandy's thumbnail until they saw the hair on the thumb. Like, nope, that's got to be Kevin. Oh, we did the homework to find out when this bag got started. So it got started on December 22nd. It was right before the end of the year. I started working on this. So, and most of it, not all, there was a diamond that I made during a weekday, but most of it was all done on live streams. Yeah, this is it. It's turned inside out so that way all of the stitches, all of the knots can be all hidden on the inside. And so you get this little fray stuff from the knots, but that's on the inside. So nobody has to see, you know, how it goes together or whatever. Yeah, I have actually considered, we have a seamstress friend. I have thought about talking to her about making a lining for it.
Really need it. Look at my other bag.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, who's looking into my bag?
Right.
Why are they looking at my bag?
Right. I don't know if you can hear Mandy, but she's like, nobody else is going to be really looking into her bag. So there's really no worry about if somebody, you know, is noticing the string or whatever. Like, there's nothing for them to see.
Stop.
Pop music. Talk about pop music. Yeah, she's doing a really good job here. Okay. So flip it over.
What is it? No.
This one and this one. Those two go together. And then this is going to come up in there. Yep. Neato, right? I don't know if you guys had noticed this, but each one of these diamonds has a small hole in the very center of it. I could have made a gray notch in that center part, but in order to try to make it look more like the granny squares of crochet, I made it with those out. So yeah.
The string things is here.
Yeah.
I did not notice. Why do I rainbow this today?
Yeah, we're kind of missing a rainbow today. I thought people like that. Yeah, Mandy's pretty quick at this. This would take me ages for sure.
This muscle memory from doing macrame stuff.
Right. But I can't get my brain to always do a square knot. Sometimes it comes out as a granny knot, and I'm like, and then I have to tie a third, and you know.
It happens if I don't focus. Like I'm doing it from a weird angle.
Just String Thing says it sounds like a British TV mystery series, The Granny Squares of Crochet. Mandy's got a work event coming up here next month where she's going to be going off on a little retreat with the rest of her colleagues and stuff. I'll be left here on my own.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, not really looking forward to that. But, yeah, we'll have at least the stream, right? You miss.
Yeah, I'll miss the stream.
Yeah. So I'll be working on a bag for her. Little phone case thing for her while she's away having fun in a place I really want to go to. I've never been there, but a lot of her friends go like kind of regularly. They're going off to Bali, and the only thing I can say that I have any kind of like whatever about Bali is there is on Insight Timer, this app I use for meditations and stuff, and to help me to go to sleep. There's a rainstorm in Bali. I've used like dozens of times to put me to sleep. So yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, Mandy's gonna go and have a bunch of fun without me.
Yeah. Actually, I might. I mean, depending on what happens that night. I mean, I might still be able to tune in.
Oh, that'd be kind of neat. You won't be able to be put on the camera, but you could
No.
chat with the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of neat. You could get all your colleagues to sit and watch.
Hey. $4. That's sweet. Awesome.
Cool. Do, 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 do. I'm kind of actually impressed at like how quickly she's got this going together. So this is the fourth seam to go, and that'll be what, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, so far more after this. I think.
You're the engineer.
Yes, you can. You can combine macrame with friendship bracelets. Absolutely. Yeah. I could do a little series of bracelets where I do that. That'd be kind of fun. I'm kind of working on some blindside creations right now. But yeah, at some point we could maybe mess around with some of that kind of stuff. So after Mandy gets the base of this bag all done, she still has the fun of trying to put together a strap. She's got some ideas for how to make it as comfortable to use as possible. So I have tried to understand what she's talking about, but I have no idea, man. I'm going to leave that to her. Well, thank you, Betty.
It's so much harder when two colors don't match.
Right.
The top half color matches, not the bottom.
So the strap is basically going to be made out of a kumi. And if I'm understanding her correctly, she's actually going to do one of the flat versions of the kumi braid for it. So yeah, she's come up with some kind of real clever plan on how to make this thing really intense. How many strings did you say? 30?
32.
32 string kumi strap, which will be yeah, it's a lot of string to keep track of. You're gonna end up killing my number button. I'm kind of wondering if she'll be able to have this bag done in time for her trip. Yeah, she's, when it comes to doing the kumis and stuff, she's actually fantastic.
Okay. Now, this goes
Into that, yep. Yeah, each of these diamonds goes into these spaces over here.
It's gonna make things even more complicated
Yeah.
because they're like opposite sides. Now I need this to be this way.
So you want to try to turn it?
Just drinking. What's funny? I love me a fake fat what?
Not really. We've kind of talked a little bit about trying to do it, but it's hard because the disc itself is constantly in motion, and yeah, the bonus of my work is I can work off an easel and have the camera pointed at what I'm doing. But when working with the Kumi disc, it's just like all over the place. And if you were to watch it for any length of time, you might get motion sickness. That's honest to God. That's one of the drawbacks. There's no real way of holding it steady enough to make it kind of make sense. If we ever figure out a way to, there are these like wooden ones that are like tall, like a step stool kind of thing with a hole in the middle and whatever. But she doesn't use that type. She uses little foam ones. So if we ever figure out a way of getting the foam one to hold really still and be able to make it so that way, we could do video of it, then yes. But we did a small series of like
You might need to
quick
shift
ones.
the camera.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, for sure. This this video recommends Dramamine. Get them to be a sponsor for the video. That'd be hilarious. Suddenly this bag looks a lot smaller than I thought. It's always the case. Like, it seems so big when you're starting out, and then you like get it together and you're like, oh yeah. Oh, so members can see the pattern for the next video that I'll be doing for the phone case for Mandy. It's a very special pattern that I came up with, and I tried to make it as a members only thing. I felt like there should be something that they get for paying the $5 a month. So yeah, there's that. Also, if you're a member and you're interested in a 10% discount of stuff over at my shop, let me know and I will send you the coupon code or whatever you call it that goes to the website, so you get 10% off of anything you buy. That even includes bags. Doesn't have to be just the bracelets. It's whatever's over in the shop. So yeah. But the pattern, wait till you guys see it. It looks, hang on, I think I have a bag. Ah. It looks like this. The pattern I've come up with looks like that. So. Yeah, it's a really neat pattern. So just string things, if you want to give it a shot. My Newt Craft has played with it a bit. She made a tube bracelet out of it that looked pretty damn amazing. But I'm going to make a bag up with it. It was funny. The whole reason that pattern even came out is, oh, thank you. So I had been at a mall. I had seen this on a designer bag, and I don't like saying who the designer company is because I don't want them suing me for trying to make something like theirs. But I seen this pattern. I thought it was pretty cool, and me and Minute were talking a little bit about the fact that like I thought it was pretty cool. And she says, "Well, yeah, somebody's already made an alpha pattern for it." I'm like, well, I wonder if there could be a regular normal bracelet pattern to do it. And she encouraged me. She's like, yeah, you should try, you know, if anybody's able to do it, you should be able to try it. And so I started pulling out various size graph papers, trying to see how many strings would be needed to do it. And yeah, I actually, like in an hour or less, ended up making the pattern for that bracelet right there. And yeah, and after that, my new craft wanted to go at it, and so she made a couple things. If anybody was going to steal my ideas, I'm sure it would be Balenciaga. When Balenciaga comes out with the granny square bag, I'm going to be like, aha, gotcha. You guys know that Singapore is very crowded, right? There's more than 6 million people on this little tiny island. So if I was going to come up with a brand name for this particular style of knotting, it would be No Yard. Because, yeah, we all live in like flats.
You realize that the word flats will only resonate with the British, right?
Oh. But it's not an apartment.
It is.
No, an apartment you have to pay every rent.
That's just about how you pay. If we didn't own this place and we rented it, wouldn't it be the same?
Then it would be an apartment.
No, the apartment is the type of housing. You have several apartments in one building, many floors. It's got nothing to do with how you pay for it. Technically, these are apartment block. These are blocks of apartments. Okay. I guess I can just keep going down, right?
Yeah, so it's, yep. Do you need it like rotated at all?
I'll just, have a...
You just rotate your neck instead.
Yeah. If I can't rotate back, you'll know why. Spend the next few days walking around it.
Yeah, so at this point, we're just trying to get the two sides joined together. It's two diamonds were made to come down further, and they are what are getting joined now, putting the two sides. It's pretty neat.
Sure. Tying the ones that are on opposite sides. Thanks.
Can't you just separate these two sides out?
They've tried. It's...
I'm afraid she's going to tie knots for the same side,
Yeah.
end up with a big hole in the bottom of her bag. Oh, my father-in-law is going through a phase of he wants to go off to the bathroom to wash his mouth frequently. There's no need, there's no reason for it. It's just this weird habit that he's falling into. And so the only time he really wants to do this is when he's at home. So our helper keeps taking him outside and gave him dinner outside of the house because when he's not at home, he doesn't have the need to go wash his mouth and do this weird routine. So she's trying to break the habit, which has been kind of going on for a little while right now. But yeah,
Because it's causing issues at daycare.
yeah, he's starting to make a fuss at daycare, and yeah, it's a real problem. And the daycare, like, you would think they're professionals, like they're supposed to deal with elderly people with problems, right? And they're like contacting us, like, can you help us? Like, what do we do with him? And it's like, wait a second, you guys are in charge of him for the day, like.
Yeah, but they don't have
crazy.
the manpower to dedicate one person.
No, I know, but
That's the main issue.
they can't, they discipline him, they treat him like it, you know.
Yeah, but he's not going to remember in 2 minutes from now.
Right.
So you need to be constantly reminding him.
Right.
And nobody has time when they have so many people to look.
Right. Yeah, so our helper is going to go with him to daycare and see if she can't help to break some of these habits that he's forming, because he's getting to be a bit of a handful. Yeah, this sealing up the bag would be a lot easier if the pattern was in a way where the colors match up. A lot of the other patterns in the bags that we've done before, the colors are red, red, blue, blue, green, green kind of thing. And that's really easy to match them up. With the granny square bags, because all the squares were different, they don't match up, and so she's having to use a little bit of extra caution to make sure that she's actually get the strings that line up with each other to tie that up, which yeah, definitely higher skill level, I guess. Okay.
What can you?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird with the gray because we didn't do the gray on the outside of the one row. Yeah, our helper is amazing. She really is. She's so capable of taking care of him and keeping him on track, and yeah. He's got this really weird attitude too, that if it's his house, he can do whatever he wants. No matter, like, the fact that he can't physically take himself to the bathroom, he can't see his eyesight is completely gone. So he would get lost on his way to the bathroom.
So it stays as symmetrical as possible.
Okay. Joining up the last diamonds here, guys. Very exciting. I would do the puzzle game with you guys, but there's not very many people to play. And
Really?
there's what, 3 people? Oh, there's 6 people.
Got just strings. Betty, Kathleen, Eddie, right? Who else is here?
I don't know, but I don't want to. You could be done before the puzzle is done. If things went bad. Oh, wow. Wow. I guess that kind of limits his running away.
It's pretty embarrassed.
Oh, you guys can't see what music I'm listening to now. Coming undone.
No, I'm not coming in.
Right on. Yeah, we'll possibly play next week. And the fact that you're talking about the puzzle this far in, I'm gonna guess that means that you're lagging because of it having gotten a couple of commercials. You have to tap on the screen and then tap the live button. Aw, that's cute. Yeah, I don't think it so either. We're almost done with this whole bag. It's going to be an early stream here, guys. Besides, if I really needed to go use the restroom or do anything, I can, because you guys are busy watching my wife instead of me.
No, just my hands.
Oh, yeah. I really hope that she gets a chance to get this thing done, the strap and everything for this sometime this week, because I'd like her to be able to take this on her trip with her. I think it'd be fun. Aww. Frances is being too adorable to let her play puzzle anyways.
You know that?
Yeah, just did. That was what the alarm was for.
I know. I heard
It works out better if the alarm goes off. Like I actually, oh. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Long time no see. We're just finishing up this project. This one has been going on since December 22nd, which is kind of a long time when it comes to some of these projects. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we had a project that lasts so long for a while. I'm gonna kill my keyboard. Well, thank you. Well, you're seeing the inside of it. Wait till we turn it back around. We are almost to the final thing. It's the final one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Final group of strings. And then we can turn this thing back around the right way so you can see it. And if you haven't guessed, those are Mandy hands. My hands are over here. Let's see if we got a better shot from the top. I really can't see it as well. The camera on my phone is so much better. I think so. I definitely think so. Our different skill sets work so well together. She does the kumis for the loops, then I make the bag, then she seals it up. It just all sort of comes together, you know. Because we're a dream team. Yeah. At least the grays, those are always kind of help to keep you on track, make sure that things are even.
Yeah, it's reassuring every time you get back to the grade and you're like, okay, I got it right.
So in a few moments, I will have to muscle this thing around. What? Wow. What are they trying to tell you? All right, Debbie, you have a good one. Nice seeing you again. Yeah. All right. Let me slide over here. I've tried to do this on camera. You want to stick around and see the... It was like being really, really difficult, and then all of a sudden, just with one little more push, it all started to come together. So there's the bottom of it. Try to show you guys how it turned out. It's really cute. Yeah, it's a really small kind of bag, honestly, but it'll definitely hold a few odd necessities that she carries around. It kind of twists a little bit, so it's kind of not sure how she's going to line up the strap, make that work out for her, but yeah.
The base is gorgeous.
Yeah. So there's the base of it. So there's like the little dots in between the gray lines are the knots that joined it together. But it still makes... Oh, Mandy's hands are tiny. But yeah, it really does look good. I love the fact that it's so full of colors.
Once it's all said and done, we can do a video of me putting stuff in it.
We'll see how much stuff it holds.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That'll make a fun YouTube short.
Yep.
But yeah. So there it is, guys. That's it for tonight. I kind of knew that it was going to go quick. I didn't realize we'd be quite done this early, but yeah, I mean, it's going to fit a phone, you know, keys, the wallet, maybe a little thing of tissues. But yeah. It's like the thing is a little bit turned. Yeah, but it's still decent size. It'll be fun. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. We will be back next week. Wait, is it next week you're gone, or next week is...
Next week I'm gone.
Okay. So next week it'll be just me, and it'll be the hangout, because it'll be the Sunday after it will be the hangout. So yeah. Yeah, well, it's probably going to go through a washing machine before we do anything else. But yeah, no, Mandy will try to pop in. Then we have the Sunday will be the hangout for our members, and yeah, that'll be next week. So thanks for everybody that hung out with us, and yeah. Oh, let me wait. Where's the thing? Thank my YouTube members who make all this stuff possible. Obviously, we used a ton of string in this, over 130 skeins, and plus a whole bunch more, I guess. But thanks. And yeah, so next week we'll work on the new project, which I'm really excited about. And if you like the pattern, all you gotta do is become a member. It's already shared on the post tab, formerly known as the communities tab. So you guys could try to make something with that yourself if you wanted to. All right, guys, I'm gonna go pass this thing to her and see if I have to cut up some string. So yeah, don't get your strings in a bunch.